Well, hello you all. So, in a rush to get ready for Nopi, I have decided to change these guys out. Remember, I wasn't quite happy with the light pattern. If I zoom y'all in on that light, you can see how tight that is. As I go out, it spreads out, but in reality, I still see it like that. So I wanted to change out the bulbs and do something different. Well, in the midst of all that, a new product came out. This is their clear version, but yet it's not quite as bright as that one. Remember, I smoked that. These were $45 versus the $25 for these off eBay. They do sell these as well, but these have an LED strip in them that runs across here. What they don't offer is secondary wiring for you to use your factory bulb with it. So one or the other proposition. So you just have this C-shape LED light, or you have the single bulb. Well, me being me, I can't leave well enough alone. I decided to do a little modification. Here's my finished product on the other side. They already are black on the edges, and the only clear looking is just in this part. Everything else is black, which this is the look I prefer anyway with all the black on the car. I already did a test wiring. I have to permanently wire it, but I wanted to go ahead and show y'all what I came up with. That is dual. I have rigged it so that I still have the center bulb, but I also have this outer. If I zoom in, now y'all can see it. We've got the LED around the side. This is how it looks in reality to human eyes, the way it's coming across camera right now. I wish I could get more spread on this, but it's just nature of the beast. I may have to go back to a halogen, but I don't like the yellow of the halogen. I'll probably stick with the LED, but this does offer a little bit more spread than the other one. This was the LED I did have in it. See, it only puts out the light on the face. This is the one I've put into it now, so it does have a little bit more on the outside because of the way the lens is designed. But I may have to do a little bit more refining. This is just what I could get on hand right now. So this is what we're going to switch over to be the main one, and I'm going to show you how I wired everything up. I got a bunch of pigtails. I did have to make a little modification on the notches because these only have 2 wings, not 4 wings. So I notched those so that they'd fit into the housing. Anyway, and that's this style. And that is this rubberized one. So I bought them all because I didn't know what was going to fit in here because nobody gave you diameters of those. So I just had to guess. So I got 3 different styles. Yeah, you know how that goes. And I'll put links to all these guys that ended up working. And again, this is temporary. I'm just trying to get this ready and quickly do a function test and make sure everything works before Nopi. So this is not the permanent. Permanent will all be wired in with proper wiring and whatnot. So you remove your factory ones, which in my case are the aftermarket. Pop this out. See, this is the bulb I was using. You'll notice on your wiring you have a brown and you have a black. Well, the black is your ground, the brown is basically your positive. So just keep that in mind when you're wiring everything up. I'm going to pull this bulb out. First things first, I tested this bulb to make sure it was actually functional, this new one. Interesting thing I just noticed. See that little red dot? There's not one on the other side. So I just played it as a hunch, and I'm betting that was the positive side. I was right. I plugged it into the harness over here. Again, knowing that the brown is your positive wire and the black is the negative, and it worked. So, at least with these Sylvanias, the 168s, the Zevos, that red dot, unless that's just a complete accident, that's your positive. So keep that in mind. This is going to be our new one. So knowing that this red dot means positive, I'm going to put it on the positive leg of our new socket. Okay, so that's going to go into our light. This is what's going to go into our factory harness. Now again, we've established that brown is positive. This one is what this is going to plug into that runs the LED on the actual lamp. This has obvious positive and negative. This is what I did, positive to positive, and since this is rubber, I felt it would be a better weather protection. Just make sure you line those up directionally. That's going to power that. Now we need to wire this guy in with it. We've got our positive and our positive, so they're going to go together. And now we need our new power wire that's going to plug into our factory wire. So here's our positive there. Now again, this is for testing. This is not permanent. We're just going to do this. I'll be using proper weather packs and everything once I get the whole system completely functional. Okay, there. Positive, everybody's isolated, nobody's going to arc. And now we do our negative, same deal. Everybody goes together. Don't harangue me for doing a temporary deal. Now I'm going to take this off, isolate it. This is a better grade of tape, so we're going to use it. This is fully isolated. There's no wires going to be touching. Just did this so that, again, temporarily while I'm running it, we're not going to get any water intrusion. So now what we've done is we've made a Y harness. Now we're going to plug our Y harness in. I'm going to make sure that I don't pinch these wires. I'm going to run them over to this edge here. And now I'm going to run the new in. I think I will beef that gasket up eventually. I left these a little bit larger than I did the other side so that they'd lock in better. Again, it's not perfect, but it'll do for now. Vibration may have it wanting to come out, but I think we're, yeah. Okay, now we're going to go over here and plug this into our factory harness. Black's on the black side, brown's on the red side. Quick fire up to make sure we work. We are not. All right, I figured out what happened. Okay, this is a cheap little Chinese deal. One of these legs was off kilter, so it wasn't providing power. So just make sure that you adjust these legs to make sure they're actually lining up with your plug. See, we work now, even though a second ago we weren't working. Sorry, I got y'all all excited and then it was a complete letdown. Okay, but at least I'm teaching you in real time what to do if you have a failure. We are in, we are functioning. Okay. Ta-da! There's our other side. Update for this. This play, though it's not very great in this light, bothered me. So what I wanted to do is go to the junkyard and get some proper sockets. So one of the crashed cars that had its front end destroyed, I went ahead and liberated a pigtail from it. So this is actually going to replace this section because, yeah, cutting these down, it worked okay. But again, with road vibrations and things of that nature, plus this seal, with me not having it set up exactly to spec, I could have gotten moisture in here. Granted, I did not, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't have happened down the road. So I'd rather fix it the proper way. So we're going to replace this pigtail head and put this together permanently. So what we're going to do is we're basically taking this one out that has the bulb, and we are replacing it with this guy. Get him out of the equation. Alright, here's what I'm deciding to do. Since these sit at the light together, I'm just going to bundle them together, and then I'm going to bundle the whole thing together before it plugs into the car itself. Fire it up. My little Bauer. Safer than using flame, I say. Voila. And yes, this is all disconnected from the car, so I'm not worried about having any issues with popping fuses or anything. What I'm essentially doing is making a jumper harness for this particular light, because I can always disconnect it here, disconnect, and the light will be free with its one little unit. The rest of this just is going to become a nice and tidy little conversion harness for me to use this assembly. So I'm going to get everybody all fished in together. I slid everything in and just separated those guys, and doing a quick test, everything's hooked up properly. Because once I put these on, that sleeve's not coming back off, obviously. And these just kind of twist on and crimp. We use these a lot of times in stereo just for the ease of it if we're not going to solder or anything, and we're not connecting and disconnecting. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't need stuff coming apart as I'm going down the road, you know. Probably could have taken it off the car, but I have a more definitive answer that everything is working and that I don't cross any wires or anything. And nice and neat. There we go. We got it slipped on there. I say that's good enough. You can throw just a scotch of tape on that. Since the factory wiring is going to be a lot tighter, see what I've done here is I've created a little dip. I just used a file, and I filed out, kind of put it in and drug it so that I wouldn't get shavings inside the light. But we're going to run it down like that in that little divot, and that should help us not pinch anything. Okay, I was kind of leaning over it as I was plugging it in, but you see I did it like that, and make sure you get your reds lined up. There it goes. Okay, now we're good. Hopefully that just relieves a little bit of pressure on that so that we're not causing too much stress on it. Looks like we're good. I'm going to rinse and repeat on the other side. One thing that bothered me a little bit the more I thought about it and worked on the other light is how open that is. And there's really nothing sealing that. So I'm going to be on the safe side, and I'm going to use some dielectric in here. That's what I did on the other side. I'm just going to goop it in there since it's such an open cavity, and then we'll put our guy back like so, and then we'll put everything back. Okey-doke, do a quick light test. Yeah, a little bit extra, but that's okay. I didn't like that that was open to the elements like that, so now we're good to go 100%. Well, here's how they look. And just in case y'all didn't know, I also did a layer of smoke on those just to even everything up. There we go. Full headlight. It's better than just that little dot. Okie dokie. Just waiting on some of the other external lights to shut off. I know y'all can see it in the dark. Let's just the parking lights. There's the yacht. And there is everybody. Here they are on in the daylight because we're still not bright sunlight enough to shut off the running light option, or the auto light option, I should say. That's how they look. Fills out the signals more. Hello, another Future Me update. So it seems the vendor that I purchased mine from, they no longer have the clear with the LED in it. We now only have the amber option or the black option. Right there. No clear with LED. So I got to looking. It is still available on eBay. So I will give you guys the links to both the eBay listing as well as the Amazon listing that no longer carries it in case you want one of the other variations, but this one is the one that I went with, the clear white LED front corner. So just wanted to let you guys know that so that you wouldn't be chasing your tails trying to figure out why I gave you a bad link. Now that may change in the future. Again, that's why I'm providing both. But anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride, and as always, I appreciate having you come along. And if you appreciated this, found value in it, please give me a like, subscribe, share. Let's beat the algorithms. As always, I know, same song and dance, but I need you guys' help for this information to get out there. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.